Hello and welcome back to the Brick Built Life, where today we have a very cool review for you guys here. We have the 501st Legion Clone Troopers set. Now this is set number 75280, comes in at 285 pieces, and retails for $29.99 US or $39.99 Canadian. Now, in this review, I'm going to be going through the minifigures, the build, and the overall value from the perspective of either a general consumer or a collector such as myself. Let's get into it. Now we start with the minifigures. And just so we're clear here, there are two droid minifigures that come with the set. I will be reviewing them right now. The only reason that I'm not giving them much highlight here in this set is because I don't really believe that they are that great. Now here's one. I'm just giving you a little example. You get two of these that are exactly the same within the set. That's the last you're going to hear from them, mainly because I find that they add very little value to this set. In total, they each consist of 6 pieces, so that's 12 pieces total, and I do feel that that could be better utilized elsewhere in the set. However, from a consumeristic perspective, if you're buying this for a child or as a gift, this adds a certain amount of play that you probably wouldn't be able to achieve with just Republic side troopers. With that out of the way, we're going to move on to the Clone Troopers. We're going to start from left to right. On the far left, we have the Jetpack Trooper. These are all troopers of the 501st Legion. I'm going to be trying to get you as good of a shot as possible here, but you can clearly see the feet markings, leg printing, and torso printing. It's truly great. I really appreciate the level of detail that they've put into these minifigures, particularly since the figures do contribute a lot to the value of the set from either consumer or collector's perspective, and it definitely assists in making these figures more collectible and massable. Now with the Jetpack Trooper, you do have a unique torso print. It looks like he has a few extra armor plates on there. Now moving right, we have 3 of the exact same troopers here. These guys are beautiful. They have awesome leg prints with boots. We have an awesome torso print across all 3 of them. And then we have a really good helmet print as well. Now this is a new helmet print for 2020. The shading underneath what you would otherwise consider cheekbones here is brand new. I'm going to try and give you another little angle here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But this kind of showcases that shading along with kind of a bit of a new mold. It's almost identical. It's just kind of curved slightly upwards. Other than that, it's just a fantastic set of minifigures here. What I really do appreciate is the level of detail put into these figures, and also the fact that they do not come with stud shooters. The fact that they do come with these weapons, these kind of screen accurate weapons that you see here is really awesome, and I do appreciate the uniqueness of this long weapon with this extra candle piece. Well, that's all for the minifigures. Now we move on to the builds. Now we start off the build section with this walker. Now this is one of 2 builds that you'll receive in this set, and I've posed a minifigure on there just for scaling and to see how it would look with a figure on there. Now I really do like this set, and I'll be giving you some more angles as I talk about it, but I love the detailing throughout. It is truly awesome. It is quite sticker intensive. There's a lot of stickers, especially right there on the top panel. It can be a little difficult to apply them all. I believe if you count, that's 1, 2, 3 in the center, and then there's 1 on each side, totaling 5. Now, this accounts for almost all of the stickers. There are 2 more right there, 1 on each side of the legs, if you can get that, and then there are 4 on the speeder as well. However, overall, this is quite a good walker design. It is quite similar to something seen in 2019. However, the inclusion of it with a lot more figures and another build does differentiate it quite a lot. Now, the only major drawback I would find from this set would probably be the stud shooter cannon right there. Fully functional, works quite well, but what I don't like is the inaccuracy to the films. or to any Star Wars content where a personal walker is used. They always have kind of longer guns, and this is a play feature at the expense of accuracy, and I just wish that they could have come up with a better solution, possibly borrowed some of the parts from the two battle droids or something. I did find that this build wasn't that part efficient. It's quite thick and large in parts, particularly this kind of middle section. I'm going to try and give you a better look here, but you can see it's a full stud worth of bricks here, plus one. It's just overkill, and it could have been done with far fewer bricks. Of course, LEGO has its own building standards it must adhere to. However, even given those building standards, you could definitely construct this with less pieces, and I think that would have been a good thing for this set overall. On the whole, I do like this walker design. However, it is quite large and takes up a lot of pieces for the use case. Now we're going to move on to the speeder bike. And now we come to the speeder bike here. Now this bike is quite good. It is a unique design, but it pulls heavily from previous iterations, a kind of a bark speeder bike from this era of Star Wars. I kind of can excuse the two little stud shooters up front here, mainly because it does have its own weapons further back on the speeder. Again, I've posed a minifigure here just for scaling. It looks pretty good. I do like it. Now, I will say that these stickers here at the back side are almost a necessity. These stickers add a lot to the set, add a lot of complexity and detail that is not present otherwise. Another kind of build feature I really like is this intake at the bottom right there. You can see it right there. It's a pretty beautiful thing. I do like it a lot. And I do also like this front design a little bit. I like the front look. I'm going to focus this up for you, but it looks really good. And I do appreciate it. I also find that this just general silhouette here is pretty awesome. It's pretty good. I would say that it, again, uses a lot of parts, and that the same play value and features could have been achieved with probably 60% of the parts here. And this just is a thematic trend for this set, is just the overscaling of the builds. I mean, are they trying to get more money for this set or what have you? I'm not exactly sure. But what I can tell you is that there are a few downsides to this set, and I would prefer to see maybe a structure, maybe one kind of more consolidated build that could house all four figures. I mean, there's just so much you could do here beyond just a few personal transports. And there we have it. Set number 75280, the 501st Legion Clone Troopers, retailing at $29.99 US or $39.99 Canadian. This set offers a lot of positives. Now, the figures are definitely by far the most positive component of the set, and for $30 US, getting 6 minifigures is on its own a deal. Now, with the rumored Star Wars minifigure collectible packs coming in 2021, those would be retailing for $4.99 USD, or aka $5. If that is the case, then this provides an amazing value. Not only do you get 6 figures, granted that 2 of them are battle droids, which would be considered quite undervalued in a minifigure pack. However, the additions of the builds gives just an immense value for the money. You get a lot of playability, you get a lot of action features. The fact that you have 4 clone troopers, 4 military personnel of the Republic within one set is mind-boggling. You know, as consumers and collectors, we are kind of used to LEGO giving us 1 or 2 of these clone troopers in larger sets. 1 in kind of mid-tier sets, and maybe 2 in a battle pack, but that is very rare. And when it happens, those battle packs are in high demand. But for the most part, you're looking at $50 sets comprising of one of these sorts of figures, $120 sets looking at maybe 2 or 3. But here we have a $30 set with 4 of these amazing figures, coming with 2 extra droids to kind of oppose them, and 2 pretty decent builds. I mean, if nothing else, use these parts for your own collection, use them in mocks, make your custom creations. I mean, there's lots of stuff you can do here, and for the minifigures alone, it is worth it. These builds I have many critiques of. They're not particularly my favorite. However, given the pricing and given the value here, I am more than happy to overlook that. I would recommend this set for collectors and consumers alike. This is probably the single best LEGO set for sale at the moment, and definitely top 10 of all time. As an investment, this is a great one. It's bound to go up in value when it retires a lot. You can refer to the 2009 Clone Troopers Battle Pack, retailed for around $15 US, now approaching $45-50. And besides that, it's just a great build for collectors. The minifigures are amazing, useful in a lot of different scenarios and building scenarios. There's a lot of themes that this would apply to in terms of different worlds that these troopers have been spotted on, and the ability to mask these characters is really awesome. Now, the final thing of note that I would like to talk about before I wrap up in my thoughts here is the new headpiece for the Angry Clone minifigure. Now, the old Angry Clone minifigure has been used extensively in terms of the face, the head mold, like the printing, the head itself. I'm sure they had a massive stock of those heads and they just had to burn through them. But finally, we have a new head mold and a new head coloring. And this is truly awesome. These heads are much more accurate to the on-screen appearance of the clones and Jango Fett, who is the DNA source of the clones. And it just really adds to the realism here. That, paired with the use of really awesome prints everywhere, really gives us a fantastic minifigure in all of them. This is not just for the Jet Trooper. All of them have this face. All of them have these amazing prints. And it's just really great. It's really great to see. It's really awesome to see. It's really great that LEGO really went out of their way to come up with an awesome new mold, to create some really great figures. I'm in love with this set, to be honest. Now, one final thing I wanted to do before I signed off here was just a little showcase of a collection of these figures that I've made for myself. Now, we have Ahsoka Tano here and a few of her troopers from the 332nd Legion. I think we have 3 total there. But beyond that, we just have a little bit of a sea of 501st Legion troopers, and this is just kind of a little exhibition of what's possible here. A little kind of showcase of what you could be doing with the figures that you can collect from these packs. Now, this is obviously 4 of these battle packs, along with 3 of Ahsoka's AATs, and I bought them for this purpose, to just kind of have enough to implement into a mock in terms of an invasion or kind of an occupying force. Now, I found this to be an adequate number, but just, if you're looking at this rationally, $120, and you do get just an immense number of figures here. Like, this is more than enough for a lot of people, and while this isn't a record-breaking or staggering amount by any means, this is more than appropriate for the scale of mocks that I build here. With that being said, that is all from me today. I highly recommend this set. It is one of my favorites of all time, and definitely of this year. And I'll see you later on The Brick Built Life. Bye for now.